is a light one. All right, so bear with me, yeah. I need to get out this lawsuit now. All right, cool. We are here. Don't know if you can see that. Let me know if you can see that. I'm pretty sure you can. Um, yeah, all right, I can see that on my thing, so that's fine. All right, listen. Oh, don't want to knock that off. All right, listen. Hit that subscribe button if you're already here. Sorry, if you're already here and you haven't hit the subscribe button, you might as well hit the subscribe button because more content is coming. This channel is called Real Versatile for a reason. My name is Versatile, by the way, and guess what? I do like I'm just when it comes to reaction, the content is gonna be versatile, all right? It's not just gonna be music, all right? If it's music associated, that's also good too. This is music associated because Drake has a lawsuit, a defamation lawsuit, and obviously I did my reaction to Miss Cristal Delegado's her breakdown, but she didn't go into it fully. Like she didn't really go into it fully, so we're gonna get into it fully. And I like how I just got to this bang on time, 8:31. Anyway, let's keep it moving. Let's go. All right, so all right, so basically, obviously, Aubrey Graham. So United States District Court. I'm gonna just try and get to the key parts really, if this would actually. All right. All right, so Aubrey Graham is the plaintiff, UMG is the defendant. So obviously that means, yeah, Drake, Aubrey Drake Graham really filed the lawsuit. That's what that means. You see what I'm trying to say? That's what that means. So complaint. So plaintiff Aubrey Drake Graham, Drake plaintiff, although his attorneys brings this complaint against defendant UMG Recordings Incorporated, defendant or UMG. Introduction. All right. So a single lie can destroy a reputation of integrity, and it takes a year to build a reputation. It can be ruined in 5 minutes. So now here's the thing. Yes, we did go over this when it came to the like a small, I won't say small, but Miss Cristal's reaction, her first reaction, initial reaction, there was some parts that she reacted to this. So there's some things that are going to be a bit repeated, but that's fine. We just want to get through this case fully to really fully understand what this lawsuit is about. And as someone, if you're obviously watching, you never know what could be. You know what I mean? You never know what could happen, how you can respond and all that stuff there. Like because this is I believe this is not just about Drake versus UMG. I believe this is bigger than that. Not to, you know what I mean? I just feel it's bigger than that. And we have to learn from these situations. That's what I'm doing. Otherwise, I wouldn't be doing it. I'd be like, all right, cool. He put a lawsuit out. You know what I mean? I know he's gonna lose. Like, I could say that if I knew the law, but I don't know the law too tough like that. You know what I mean? But I want to see and read and understand. Does he really have a case to win, or does he have a case to lose? The fact that he got to a federal court, or if that you can file a federal lawsuit, doesn't mean that they will take it. And do you know what I mean? Anyway, let's keep moving. So yeah, this is what Lucien Grains, Chief Executive Officer of UMG, March 25th, 2024 said. All right, so in the middle of the night, May 7th, 2024, an armed group of assailants drove up to the Toronto house in which Drake and his family resided. Drake was inside. The car stopped in front of the residence. Someone yelled, "F Drake!" And at least one G-man, not G-man from Soul Solid, but I'm just saying that so you can understand, began to open fire. One went through the security gate and hit Drake's front door. Another struck and wounded security guard, who was also one of Drake's friends. While the car drove away, Drake and others in the house summoned help for the security guard and did everything possible to keep him alive. During the nearly 30 minutes it took ambulance to drive, and Drake, where we are, and Drake and others labored to keep the man alive by applying pressure to the G-short wound. So yeah, okay, that pressure to the wound basically with towels. Blood was everywhere. So you can already see how he's trying to paint the picture. Yeah, he's trying to paint the picture, and to a degree, yes, that is quote unquote a crime. If you're going to be completely real with you, you know what I mean. However, let's continue to read and see what they're actually saying. 'Cause I ain't gonna make no assumptions other than I'm not going to make no assumptions. I'm just going to go based on factual things of what I'm seeing. And when I say factual, I'm saying what I'm seeing here. Now, and then I can actually give you a proper reaction into whether this happened or not. That definitely did happen in terms of someone got injured and whatnot. Because I remember that. And I remember they were saying, listen, the beef between Drake and Kendrick isn't like that. Do you know what I mean? It wouldn't get that far. Like, it wouldn't. Do you understand? It wouldn't. It wouldn't. Irrespective of the fact that Drake disrespected Kendrick's wife and children and family, it's like, okay, yeah, gloves were off, but not like that. Do you know what I'm saying? Do you see what I'm saying? Not like that. But anyway, let's keep it moving and see what it actually genuinely says. After the security guard arrived in the hospital, surgeons worked quickly to remove the bullet. So I've got to say, remove the to stop the bleeding and save his life. Though it took days for his conditions to stabilize, thankfully the security guard survived. The very next day, May 8, 2024, a different intruder used his bare hands to dig a hole under the security fence surrounding Drake's Toronto house. He managed to dig deep enough to squeeze through to enter Drake's property. Fortunately, Drake's security guards caught him before he was able to cause any physical harm, although the trespasser managed to yell racist slurs and threats against Drake before being escorted off the property. I never heard about that, but that's interesting. But how do you get away with digging a hole? That how do you get away with digging a hole for that long enough for it to be able to be for them to be able to trespass? I'm not saying that he's lying, but I'm just saying how. Leave your answer in the comments below. How does that work? Not that I want to do it, by the way. I'm just curious to know how you can have a team of security and they don't spot anything suspicious like straight away. Like, oh no, for me that just doesn't make sense. But okay, we move. On May the 9th, 2024, very next day, another break-in attempt happened. And then what was the racial slur that was said? Like, why isn't that not put in there? Let's realize why is that not put in there? Because you might as well say everything if you can remember everything. But anyway, May 9th, 2024, the very next day, another break-in attempt happened. In 2 decades, leading up to May of 2024, although Drake was constantly in the public eye, nothing remotely like these events had ever happened to him or his family, but the events were coincidental. If that's what he wants to say, then okay. But there was a lot of incidents, but we won't even go into that in this loss. We won't go into that. I'm not gonna try and pull up all these evidence to just say, well, you're wrong. That's for the jurors and whoever to deliberate. You know what I mean? And UMG to be like, you're wrong, and then show where was you at this time of the day and who was this and that. Like, I don't know. That's for them to do. Me, I'm just, you know what I mean? I'm a spectator. I'm a content creator doing my thing. But let's keep it moving because, yeah, I'm only still on the second page, which is crazy when it's 81 pages. So we're trying to get through this as quickly as possible as well, because I don't want to keep too much of your time either. All right. So yeah, May 9th, 2024, the next day, another breaking attempt happened. So why do people keep breaking into your house, sir? Let me look at you, sir. Why do they keep trying to attempt to break into your house? Is it because you are? Anyway, I won't go into it. But anyway, into 2 decades. Okay, so I read that. They immediately followed and were approximately caused by UMB's action leading up to May. Okay, so that seemed like all of that was because of UMG. That's basically what that says. All right, so UMG, the world's largest music company and also the music company that has represented Drake for more than a decade, yet on May 4th, 2024, UMG approved, published, and launched campaign to create a viral hit out of a rap track that falsely accused Drake of being a PDF file and called for violent retribution against him. Even though UMG enriched itself and its shareholders by exploiting Drake's music for years. Do you see how they tried to formulate that word? Even though UMG enriched itself and its shareholders by exploiting Drake's music for years. What do you mean exploiting music? Like they're on record, Drake has actually, do you know what? No. I have to pull this up. Drake actually did say something, yeah? No. Drake, I have to find exactly what Drake said. Because that, to me, the other thing I will let, because it's to do with potential crime that could have taken place, I will leave that for UMG's attorneys to look at and this, that, and third. But when it comes to music per se, we're gonna, you know what I mean? Anyway, so let me find it. So Drake says, in fact, do you know what? Let me do this. Yeah, let me give me a second. Let's find this real quick. So yeah, let me do it this way. Yeah, Drake. In fact, maybe I should do it here. Maybe it is on. So Drake says Lucian, was it? I think. Let me find it properly. It's something about it's something to do with like having his back, pay him. But wait, Drake, Lucian, Grange, money, lyric. It's something he said, and then Lucian Grange responded. I remember. It's this it. Let me see if this is it. This is probably it.
Lucian Grange is the chairman and CEO of Universal Music Group, the world's biggest music rights holder in the world. He's widely considered the most powerful man in the music industry, with a track record of signing some of the biggest artists in the world, from Queen, Rolling Stones, and Amy Winehouse, to Rihanna, Jay-Z, and Taylor Swift. But if you ask Kanye West, Lucian has another less-known role, Drake's sugar daddy.
Say rich baby daddy, it's like Drake has a rich baby daddy named Lucian and Universal.
So to give you some context first on why Lucian Grange is trending right now, it all started back in February when producer Rodney Lil Rod Jones filed that bombshell lawsuit against Diddy and named Lucian and Universal Music as one of the defendants.
The CEO of Universal Music Group, Lucian Grange, has been named in the Diddy lawsuit. He has been accused of aiding and abetting and inducing Diddy's trafficking venture.
By the way, this is not what I came for. There was something else. Hold on. But obviously that's something. Tell Lucian, I want to find it. You gotta understand. You have to hear this. You have to literally hear this. Oh, here, where is it? I don't think I'll be able to find it now. Either way, yeah. Let's go back to that because I'm pretty sure it was there somewhere.
Lucian Grange is the chairman and CEO of in Mr. Combs' bedroom. The lawsuit then goes on to Lucian Grange, as well as Lil Rod's accusations against Diddy hit the scene. Lucian Grange wasted no time. Drake's rich baby daddy and accused Drake of being a puppet.
My daddy got the DSPs. Streams in the #1
someone shed light on the heavy hitters in the industry, who might be just as influential, and possibly in the same boat as Diddy. And when it comes to Drake and his rumored ties with Lucian, a ton of people are nodding their heads, saying it's all starting to make sense now. One fan said, "Of course Drake has a friend called Lucifer. Look at his trademark, the owl, aka Molech." And someone else added, "Diddy is falling, cause I bet Drake is gonna be the next Diddy since he is Lucian's new favorite."
Well. That was interesting seeing that. But before we get into that, there was something else. I literally have to find it. I literally have to find it. I have to find it. Give me a second. Okay, it looks like we got it, but my account is suspended. Don't ask me how, don't ask me why my account suspended, but it is what it is. The post was deleted by the author. Okay, but he says, "Told Lucian I have said F it. I'm tearing holes in my budget." And then Lucian Grange actually responded to that. Do you see what I'm trying to say? Like, he actually responded to that. And that was in the song Stay Scheming. Stay Scheming. That's a big tune if you want to be real. You know what I mean? All right, let's go back to YouTube and I'll find it. I know I'm gonna find it now. I'll know I'll find it now. Now I know what song it's from. I'll be able to find you like this. This is something you cannot make up. You see, in life you never lie, because one day, just one day, you'll find out. Give me a second. I don't think I'll be able to find it. This is interesting. Hang on. Is this it? This has to be it. This has to be it. This has to be it.
Hey guys, I'm Kristen Robinson from Billboard here with Sir Lucian.
No. I'm not. I've learned my lesson from that particular channel. Never react to anything from that channel. Do you understand? Never. I'm glad I caught that real quick. But anyway, let's get back into it, because he does say, like, in fact, maybe it's better if you actually lyrics. Like, he does actually say it. Like, I'm telling you, he actually says it. And then Lucian Grange actually responds to it. No, did he? Wait a minute. That's not it. There you go. He says, see, look, you can see it right here. "Tell Lucian I said F it. I'm tearing holes in my budget." Do you see what I'm trying to say? He literally said that. Whether he wrote those lyrics or not, he definitely meant that. He definitely meant that. You know what I mean? All right, so hold on. Because I don't want to spend, like I said, I don't want to spend too much time on this. I've already spent like nearly. Anyway, I'm only on page 2. So it says acting CEO, as in Lucien, CEO of Universal Music Group, which Young Money is a subsidiary. Drake is letting his boss know he doesn't care if he's exceeding his album budget because more quality product will ultimately garner him more profit. So, and it says on January 26, 2020, at Universal Grammy after party, Lucian was asked about this line, which he replied, "Whenever Drake calls up and he says he needs more money for his project, I give it to him because he is the greatest." So, if that's what they said, like I remember seeing that interview, and obviously for some reason I cannot find it, but you saw it, you see it. All right. So at the end of the day, that of what he's trying to, of what Drake is trying to insinuate is just pure lies. These other, it's pure lies. That just based on that, that's pure lies. So that's already holding that. No pun intended. Pun intended. Anyway, so UMG, boom, boom, boom. We got there. Even though UMG enriched itself, its shareholders exploring Drake's music for years and knew that the salacious allegations against Drake were false, UMG chose corporate greed over safety well-being of its artists. Do you see what I'm trying to say? Of its artists. In controversy, UMG saw an opportunity, seized it, and continued to fan the flames even after learning the incitement on May 7th and 8th, along with the unrelenting vitriol towards Drake that has followed. Now, here's the thing. I'm just curious to know why Drake, like, if you're going to be talking about this situation, let's talk about how, get me, I know obviously Kendrick's completely innocent, but again, he's not even naming Kendrick, and he's not naming the person that pulled the trigger. He's not naming, you see what I'm trying to say? He's pointing blame at UMG for promoting a song clearly, but let's see what song he actually says. It says it right here. The song in question is Not Like Us. The recording written performed by Kendrick Lamar Duckworth, professionally known as Kendrick Lamar. The recording was intended to convey the specific, unmistakable, and false factual allegations that Drake is a criminal PDF file, and to suggest that the public should resort to vigilante justice in response. Again, we're talking about music, so I can talk about this for a fact. In the song Not Like Us, if we're going to talk specifically about the song Not Like Us, he never mentioned anything about resorting to vigilante justice or what do they call it? I forgot what kind of, like, street justice or anything like that. He never mentioned that. He didn't mention that, and he wouldn't want that either. You know what I mean? He wouldn't want that either. So, but then you have to understand, okay, maybe he didn't listen to Euphoria properly. Maybe he didn't listen to 616 in LA properly. And maybe he didn't listen to Meet the Grahams properly. Because that all came before Not Like Us. Not Like Us seemed more blatant, more obvious, and it was a hit to a point where you'd think, you know what I mean? Like, I don't explain it. I guess he didn't think Kendrick can make a hit like that. I'm just guessing. Maybe he just got so he's like got so delusional to think that, oh, Kendrick can't make a hit. Because that was what some people were saying. And to be fair, for me personally, I already thought like Euphoria was a hit. I also thought like Meet the Graham was a hit. And I also felt like 616 in LA was a hit. The only difference is, if you're looking for a bop, then I understand what they're trying to say. Yes, Kendrick got loads of bops as well prior to this. So I don't understand where this energy or this mindset comes from. But you can't act like he didn't start it. Do you know what I mean? He didn't start this beef, because he did. But we'll look into a proper timeline another day. But before that, Anyway, the recording was intended to convey. Anyway, so bro, I mentioned that. So, but you're probably thinking, of, what about the second? What about the verse where you mentioned you never better come back? Something about the Bay Area. Relax, man. He would just say because he knows that. Don't disrespect Tupac because people in Tupac respect Tupac highly. But when he was performing in the Bay Area or Oakland or wherever he was performing, Drake, another happened to him. Do you see what I'm gonna say? Wait. Let's take something for real quick. When actually, you don't need to see this as well. You don't need to see this as well. We're gonna do this together. Actually, you know what? Let's just leave this. Let's just keep it moving. Let's keep it moving because we are only 3 pages in. All right, 3 pages in, and I've only been on this topic for nearly half an hour. Nah, we gotta keep it moving. Yeah, I'm not trying to do 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours. We're gonna get through this quickly. All right, so where are we? And the lyrics repeat. Okay, so here we go. The recording and defamation, and the recording is defamatory because its lyrics, its album image, the image and its music video. The video will advance the full malicious narrative that Drake is a PDF file. The lyrics repeatedly accuse Drake of engaging in criminal acts, including calling him a certified PDF file and a predator who needs to be placed on neighborhood watch. He didn't say that. He didn't say it out loud like that. You know what I mean? If you pay attention to the lyrics, he actually says, "But I forgot a weird case. Why he still around? Certified lover boy, certified." You know what I mean? He didn't say Drake is a certified lover boy, certified. No, he didn't say that. He didn't say that. So you have to be like. All I'm saying is, I'm very. Anyway, let's keep moving. I'm very sure, yeah, that this case might as well just get thrown out because it's just nonsense. Like I'm just far in, and this is just nonsense. So where we are, the image was designed to reinforce accusations by depicting Drake actual Toronto house covered in icons that are known to be used by law enforcement as well as public safety applications like Citizen to identify child offenders, residents online. The video boasted the same image by, for example, showing image associated with trafficking and juxtaposing the game hopscotch with lyrics accusing Drake of trying to strike a chord, and it's probably a minor. Listen, I'll be real with you. That part there, if you listen to the lyrics, he mentions you gotta say the full bar properly, right? Why are you trolling like a ain't you tired? You're trying to strike a chord and it's probably a minor. That's the full context of that specific bar. So what is he talking about? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, what is he talking about? Obviously, we can all make assumptions, say, "Oh, that's what that means. That's what it is." But we can blatantly say, "This is exactly what it means." Do you know what I mean? Because yes, it can mean more than one things, and that's what makes Drake feel like, okay, this is what he means. Do you know what I mean? And this is why I always also believe that when it comes to lyricism, it's a true art. It's a true art. But anyway, let's keep moving because we are only 3 pages in. I need to get to the 4th one. I might have to do like part 1 or part 2 at this rate, if I'm honest. The lawsuit is not about the artist. Okay, so the lawsuit is not about the artist who created Not Like Us. So why isn't it? If someone, let me ask you something in the comment section below. If someone tried to defame your name and your character, irrespective of the profession you do, especially when they're saying something like alluding to you being a, you know what I mean? Let me know in the comment section below. What would you do? Like, how do you handle that situation? Forget beef for a second, yeah? How do you handle someone, you know what I mean? I guess, let's say you're in a corporate world, they're in a corporate world. What are you gonna take them to court for the try? Let's say it's hard to explain because obviously not everyone's in the the public eye. Not everyone has a quote unquote profession or a trade or whatever. But the point I'm trying to make is the reality of life is if someone tries to defame your name and your character, there's something you need to do, right? But anyway, let's keep it moving. Anyway, so the lawsuit is not about the artists who created Not Like Us. It's instead entirely about UMG. It should technically be about Kendrick Lamar because he wrote the lyrics. Just saying. Although I don't want you to do that because that would make it even 10 times worse, and it'll make you 10 times anyway. The lawsuit is not about us, I read that. It is instead entirely about UMG, the music company that decided to publish, promote, and exploit and monetize allegations that it understood were not only false but dangerous. But Aubrey Drake Graham, come to the stand, please. Are you not the one that also made accusations that are you not the one that made accusations that Mr. Kendrick Lamar Duckworth is a domestic abuser? Are you not someone that made that a claim? Because that is dangerous. Are you not the one that has a friend that also made, and not even it's alluded to, he actually said he was basically threatening Mr. Kendrick Lamar Duckworth's life. He hasn't tried to sue you or UMG for that matter. So, Mr. Aubrey Drake Graham, how do you proceed? You know what I'm saying? Obviously, I'm not lying, but you know what I'm saying? You got to ask the question, how would he even answer that? You know what I mean? Are you not someone who's also signed to UMG? And did they not promote your song where you are making false accusations about Mr. Kendrick Lamar Duckworth? Do you see what I'm trying to say? This is just, I don't know how to explain it. There's no way you can win this case. There's no way. Anyway, so as UMG knows and has known all at relevant times, at the recording, image, and video allegations are unequivocally false. Drake is not a PDF file. Okay, you keep on saying it, but can you prove it? That's another thing. This is going to get to a point, yeah. Even if they don't dismiss this, no, in fact, we're going to have to find out how defamation cases actually work. But anyway, Drake has never engaged in any acts that would require to be placed on a neighborhood watch. Drake has never engaged in relations with a minor. Drake has never been charged with or convicted of any criminal act whatsoever. I mean, listen, I'll tell you this much. Just because you haven't been charged, just because you haven't been convicted yet, wow, I don't even know why that came up. Just because you've never been charged and you've never been, because it came off. Just because you've never been charged or never been convicted, and obviously these allegations will come up, you probably have been protected per se. If someone like Lucien Grange is your rich baby daddy, as Kanye put it, you know what I mean? Obviously, he's gonna be in a situation where, you know what I mean, he's somewhat protected. Same way that Diddy was somewhat protected, but now he's no longer protected. You know what I'm saying? Let's keep it moving. And you heard that video. I should have watched it fully if I'm honest, but I'm here to react to this specifically. Notwithstanding this knowledge that the allegations are fabricated, starting in May of 2024, UMG waged an unrelenting campaign to spread the recorded image and video together, the defamatory material as widely as possible. UMG did so because they understood and the recorded inflammatory and shocking allegations were a gold mine. Really? The same one that made shocking allegations against Kendrick Lamar. And they also promoted that as well. What we saying? What we saying? Like, what are we really saying? Anyway, where am I? So, spreading the defamatory material served multiple business purposes uh, for UMG. For the most part, people who listened to it streamed, watched, and downloaded the defamatory material, the more money UMG and its execs would make. Second, UMG's Interscope owns Lamar's entire back catalogue of recorded music. What's his back catalogue got to do with not like us for this? You know what I'm saying? What does that got to do with it? If anything, Kendrick Lamar is actually he's independent, but he's got to deal with PG Lang, which is his label, with that got to deal with Universal Music Group. Do you understand? So at the end of the day, yeah, what I don't understand. See, this is what I don't understand about this case here. Like, it's so. I don't think that the attorney really did Drake any favors with this. I don't think they did him any favors, because this just sounds. It just sounds like he's really butthurt about. Sorry, let me careful words I'm using. It just sounds like he's really in his feelings. He's really distraught about how he lost that battle against Kendrick Lamar. Do you know what I mean? That's what it just looks like. And like, I understand. Obviously, if you've been winning for the majority part of your career, and yeah, you lost against Pusha T, but you took that well, didn't you? Do you see what I'm saying? You took that well. Why did you not follow suit? do you see what I'm gonna say? Do you know what I mean? Like, I mean, obviously, Jay Prince said he got more moves, had more moves from Pusha T, but clearly he didn't. But we move on. We move on. The third, in contrast with Lamar's first direct deal, UMG's contract with UMG was nearing fulfillment, and information and believed UMG anticipated that extending Drake's contract would be costly. What? By devaluing Drake's music and brand, UMG would gain leverage to force Drake to sign a new deal on terms favorable to UMG. What is we talking about? You saw exactly what Drake said, whether he wrote those lyrics or not. He said what he said, and then Lucien Grain's response was exactly what his response was. So what are we talking about? And listen, prior to the beef kicking off the way it kicked off, last year, 2024, I can almost guarantee you this. Yeah, when CLB came out, that album, Certified Lover Boy, what it's called, and even the album before that, I think For All the Dogs or whatever, like Drake's value in the music space was devaluing, because a lot of people saying, "Oh, this is a mid album. This is the," like, they were saying this is mid. Like, I'm just thinking, I ain't a Drake fan anyway, so it is what it is. You know what I mean? And I'm like, maybe he's just flooding the market way too much, and he needs to like step away and then have proper content, quality enough to, you know what I mean? But I just find it kind of ironic that he wants to blame Drake. So he wants to blame UMG and Kendrick Lamar conspiring to devalue his his business, basically. That doesn't make sense. Like, it literally doesn't make sense. I can promise you, and the thing is, even though he signed a deal, yeah, like was it a $400 million deal or something like that? So if you're saying that's in favor to Lucien Grange, whose fault is that then? Is that not your fault? You know what I mean? That's Drake's fault. If he's gonna, so now it sounds like, this is what it now sounds like to me. It sounds like the reason why he didn't come after Kendrick Lamar, he came after UMG only because he's trying to pin the blame on the incident that happened, which Drake is, I could be wrong. I thought that Drake may have paid someone. This is just a wild conspiracy, and I could be wrong. It's just a conspiracy. It's just entertainment. It is what it is, even though I do like to deal with facts. But I feel like he paid someone to have that situation happen in Toronto You know what I mean? To be able to use that as leverage to think this would happen. But the thing is, you have to also remember, I don't think Drake knew that Kendrick Lamar would just defeat him in the most diabolical, like, I don't know how to explain it, like a superhero stroke super villain way. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he's the boogeyman of rap, bro. That's basically it. Kendrick is the boogeyman of rap. And I don't think Drake understood it, nor did he you know how sometimes you can underestimate someone? I feel like that's that. I feel like that's that situation. But I do feel like, irrespective of the beef, I do feel like Drake was going to go against UMG anyway. I just it just seemed almost like fitting that, oh, this situation with Kendrick is happening. Like, why did he not go after the rapper Rick Ross? Why is he not mentioned? You see what I'm trying to say? Anyway, I'll keep it moving. Anyway, sorry, let me just. All right, listen, I've got 20 minutes, literally. So I'm gonna have to do like different part one, part two. It is what it is. All right, bear with me, because doing 81 pages is wild, but we will get through this. Plus, it's content. Plus, you know what I mean. If you are subscribed, you will be notified of when the next one is up. Anyway, you know, it only makes sense. Anyway, so where was I? So, by devaluing Drake's music and brand. And it's funny because I do remember mentioning to someone from Free Shots of Tequila podcast, I said something like that. I said like he has gone down, his value is gone down or whatever. I forgot what it was in response to. But yeah. And he also agreed. But he's a Drake fan, by the way. You know what I mean? He is a Drake fan. So the fact that I know he's a Drake fan, and I said that, and he also agreed, you know what I mean? It is what it is. So some Drake fans are level-headed and they do understand. Sometimes it is what it is. UMG's campaign was successful. The recording cloaks cleverly to dangerous lyrics behind a catchy beat and inviting hook. Capitalizing on the attributes, UMG used every tool at its disposal to ensure that the world would hear Drake like I'm young. Hey Drake, I hear you like I'm young. The defamatory material has been played billions of times, and its false central message has gone viral. So it played billions of times, but before this federal lawsuit, he wanted to say it was bots. But now you're realizing, no, wait a minute. Billions of people have actually played this. No, or more than it's been played more than a billion times, basically. Okay, now you're understanding how much of an impact this song really has. It has gone viral, social and legacy media channels in dozens of languages, to a minimum 100 millions of people spamming the globe. Oh, spanning the globe. Okay, it's not just fans of rap music who now believe Drake is a certified PDF file. The recording became ubiquitous. UMG uses promotional resources and exclusive licensing rights to place the recording on numerous nationally televised events, including but not limited to award shows and national political events and more. Okay, Drake, you need to calm down. You just need to calm down. Naturally, yeah, everyone is going to gravitate to what is hot, what is the biggest thing at that present moment. Everyone's going to gravitate towards it, especially when it comes to music. Music is one of the most universal languages in the world. Yeah, even like, hear me out. Yeah, like I know it may sound strange, but I feel like Drake is, because he's been positioned at number one for a number of years. And it's magic. I just realized that Kendrick goes number one every time he pops out and shows ninjas every time anyway. So that's another thing. So I don't know why some people be surprised. I don't know why Drake is surprised. And the song itself, let's think about it. It's an instant hit, irrespective of the lyrics. And I don't think it's the lyrics either. I yeah, the hook is catchy. They're not like us. They're not like us. It's very catchy. That's a fact. But when you hear Massive on the, like his beats, his productions alone are hits. Listen. He's got so many hits. Even he's part of Freak of the Week tune by Krypton Conan. You're the freak of the week. Boom, 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 boom. Obviously, he uses a sample as well. Don't get that twisted. But like he created that hit, and that still gets spins on radio in the UK. You know what I mean? That still gets spins on the radio. So the point I'm trying to make is you have to understand that when it comes down to music, yeah, if it's a hit, it's just gonna be a hit. It's just natural. It's the sonics of it alone. Drake should know this because he's been part of many hits. You know what I mean? Like he's been part of many hits. So he should understand when a hit is a hit, it's a hit. You know what I mean? You can't recreate. Well, you can sort of recreate, but like when it's a hit, it naturally hits. You know what I mean? It's just a natural thing that everyone gravitates towards. Sports, whether it's in sports, the rest of entertainment, like even schools, like you know how many I'm telling you that I don't think Drake, or maybe Drake does know, and this is why he's this in his feelings that he wish he could have won this beef with a song like that. Basically, there's jealousy at this point. You know what I mean? Because anyway, because had he won, you know what I mean, and he made a hit out of the last disc, we would hear it everywhere. That's a fact. You know what I mean? We would hear it everywhere, and especially if it's an actual hit, we would hear it everywhere. But anyway, but billions of plays and ubiquity were not enough for UMG. Over the course of the last several months, UMG made significant financial investments and leveraged its professional connections via sophisticated and highly organized publicity campaigns to arrange for the recordings to be performed at one of the most significant and viewed cultural events of the year, the Super Bowl. See, this is the other part. He doesn't want this to be performed at the Super Bowl. But guess what, buddy? Can't even call you buddy because you're not a buddy. But like, the reality is this: whether Drake likes to know it or not, or whether he wants to hear this or not, when it comes down to Kendrick Lamar, because of how big that song is, it's going to be played regardless. It's going to be played regardless. Whether he performs it or not, it's going to be played. The crowd are going to be singing along regardless. Do you not understand? The crowd are going to sing along regardless. Someone, like, I don't think he's been to enough sports events. He's been to enough sports events to know, yeah? Especially he's been to like what you Americans or Canadians want to call, I don't know what the point comes to be honest, but what Americans call soccer. He's been to enough soccer games to understand that when a crowd is ready to chant a song, they will chant it. All it takes is one person to chant it, then the rest are chanting, especially if it's something familiar. And even if they're not familiar with it, someone next to them will hear what they're chanting or singing, and they will join in. Then the next person will join, the next person. Before you know it, you got like over 100,000, or depending on the capacity of the venue and how many seats are sold and are actually there, you've got a whole lot of them chanting and singing along. That's how that works. And I'm just talking about that crowd participation in general. I'm not even talking about Kendrick on stage, or technically on field, like literally rapping along to his own song. I'm not even talking about that. I'm literally talking about that one aspect of the field. That, to me, that's one of the great things about music. It's just that you can get you know what I'm talking about, crowd interaction. You know what I mean? Anyway, let's keep moving. But billions of plays and ubiquity were not enough. So I read that. So UMG is legally responsible for the release. publication, and promotion of defamatory material, including foreseeable consequences of the same. Aubrey. Shout out to the end. No, wait. Aubrey, are you not the same? In fact, let me talk as a attorney. So, Mr. Aubrey Drake Graham, can you please come to the stand, please? In the song Push-Ups, you made this statement. Actually, I should put it up, but it is what it is. But in the song, in your diss songs towards Mr. Kendrick Lamar Duckworth, you made a lot of defamatory claims towards Mr. Kendrick Lamar Duckworth. Did you not? So, Mr. Kendrick Lamar Duckworth is also signed under UMG. Is that correct? Lucian Grange, is that correct? So, is it fair to say that UMG promoted both artists during this rap battle? And is it also fair to say that you benefited financially from both artists? Like, listen, I'm just thinking about questions that potentially could be asked. I don't want CSI or NCIS or Law and Order and them type of programs that I used to, but like, I just feel like there's certain questions that would be asked. Do you know what I mean? Like, those are the type of questions that would be asked, because it's like, do you not understand how, like UMG said, it's illogical. It really is illogical at this point. So where was he? So UMG's business is to possess the exclusive rights to reproduce, distribute, and license music, including over the internet. In other words, it's only with UMG's explicit approval that the defamatory material could have been released in its first instance and later streamed, shared, performed publicly, and exploited by content creators on TikTok and Instagram. He mentioned TikTok and Instagram. I knew about YouTubers, yeah. I knew about that because I've seen parts of that. But TikTok and Instagram. TikTok and Instagram. Who was it? I was reacting to yesterday and I mentioned something about TikTok dances and stuff like that. What? You're mentioning TikTok and Instagram. The same one that got someone else to create a viral dance. I forgot who the name. You can leave the answer in the comments below if you know. The same one that got him to create a dance and didn't even pay him, by the way, or something like that. There was, you know what I mean? There was a little issue there, a major issue, should I say. So when I'm looking at it from these perspectives, I'm like, hey, yo, Aubrey, what is you doing, bro? Like, what is you doing? This is nonsense. This is absolute nonsense. Anyway, like, comment, subscribe, let's keep going. Let's go. There's definitely gonna have to be different parts. It is what it is, all right? Do you know what I mean? It is what it is. Anyway, UMG's campaign went viral. Sorry, UMG did go viral technically. UMG's campaign went well beyond the traditional music company playbook. Indeed, UMG unleashed every weapon in its arsenal, including an information and belief certain practices that are unlawful. The memorandum to staff reflecting highlights of 2021, Sir Lucian Grange remarked it was harder than ever for artists to break through the noise. As for example, 60,000 songs are added to Spotify every day. UMG made sure that Not Like Us broke through that noise. Aubrey, you're in. Listen, I don't think you understand how this works. When a song, in fact, when you are part of a culture called hip hop, which has rap battles, or even as battles in general, because you got breakdancing, yeah, you got even graffiti art to a degree. There's also some like battles there now and again, but it's like it's not as out there like as some as breakdancing or like on the mic and stuff like that. No, did he? But like, yeah, like it's one of those things there where if you really pay attention to the culture, you will understand that when a song is actually made, forget rap leagues for a while, for a minute. Don't forget, remember it, support it if they are genuine. Do you know what I mean? Like so when you think about rap and you think about disses, yeah, it's obvious that the biggest song from this song from that diss is going to be played. It's going to break through the noise naturally, like naturally. Like the reason, like let's use "Hit 'Em Up" by Tupac for example. That was naturally going to get played. You understand? Naturally, and it is one of the. In fact, yeah, it is the biggest diss song of all time. But now it just seems like not like us is the biggest diss song of all time. You know what I mean? And obviously, when you got two like superstars, like Drake is a superstar, no doubt. Whether he's an industry plant or not, like there's no denying that he is a superstar. There's no denying that. I would never not deny that. Even though, yeah, I do believe he's an industry plant. I've always believed that. But it's like I feel like, well, I didn't know about the term industry plant, but I always felt like this guy's a bit fake. He's a phony. He's this to culture vulture. Always felt that way. But I was called a hater. But now we're here. Cool, whatever. So anyway, but I will never deny that he has made like several hits. But anyway, let's get back on point. So the point I'm trying to make is when it comes down to music, yeah, if you are making hits and you are a superstar, Drake is a superstar. Then you got Kendrick Lamar, who also makes hits, and he's also a superstar. Now watch this. If it's been bubbling up for years, yeah, for years, ever since I always believe it started from the control verse, and I could be completely wrong, but I feel as though since then Drake has not taken Kendrick Lamar serious enough. You know what I mean? And yeah, to some point you can say that it's healthy competition, which is good. You know what I mean? But at the same time, I feel like his disrespect towards Kendrick, it cost him. Like there's a way to disrespect someone but respect them. Do you get it? I don't think you understand that. There's a way in hip hop you can disrespect someone but respect them. I'll give you a prime example, even though it's not hip hop. Like, in fact, no, Jay-Z has said that. In fact, he said he normally mentions those, and this is back those who he respects. So when 50 Cent got that, I'm about $1, what the F is a 50 Cent? That was because Jay-Z respected 50 Cent. And he knew that 50 Cent was next. He knew it. You know what I mean? 50 Cent has said this out his own mouth. So the point I'm trying to make is, now when you look at Jay-Z versus Nas, the biggest song out of that is Ether. When you look at Remy Ma versus Nicki Minaj, the biggest song out of that is Shifa. When you look at Drake versus Meek Mill, the biggest song out of that is Back to Back. When you look about Drake versus Pusha T, the biggest song out of that is Story of Adidon. Do you get the point I'm trying to make? So you can't now argue and be like, oh, they're trying to push through the noise. No, people are going to play it regardless if the artists are of a certain level, especially and we live in a social media era. So if people are naturally talking about this, people are going to latch onto it and be like, oh, and then, you know what I mean? They're going to like what they hear. They're going to see what, then they're going to be, you know what I mean? And it's not the case that even if they're not a hip hop fan or never been a fan of hip hop, that they're going to believe every single word. No, you know what I mean? To a lot of people, it's entertainment. It's not like it's not like it's serious. And if it is serious, we're like, all right, cool. Like the way I feel about it is If these allegations are literally true in regards to Drake, then we're about to find out. You know what I mean? We are about to find out. I'll say it that way. Let me just get to page 7. Then we have to end the stream. And then we do part 2 tomorrow. I know. It's 81 pages. What do you want me to do? Anyway, where was that? So, make sure that not like us broke for the noise. For one, UMG took the unprecedented step, contrary to its internal practices, to remove the recorder's copyright restrictions on YouTube and Twitch, thereby whitelisting and recording to ensure content creators would republish it broadly on information and believe UMG and its agents further put a thumb on the scale by covertly offering financial incentives to third parties to separately stream the recording on streaming platforms, to play recording on the radio, and otherwise promote or endorse the defamatory material, all without ever publicly disclosing their payments. These actions not only spread and further entered into defamatory statements and in minds of the public, but deceive consumers who harm Drake economically. Aubrey, hey, Screwface called you out, Noxel called you out, so that's all I got to say on that part. You know what I mean? And you have to also admit that at the end of the day, I know that Shaq called you out as well. You have to admit as well that, you know, like, it's not like, you have to admit, when did it start? You know what I mean? Let's look at it. When did it start? The first full diss was push-ups. Obviously, yeah, Drake was getting dissed. So was J. Cole, by the way, on like that in that verse. You know what I mean? And then obviously, like, then push-up came up. This towards Kendrick Lamar, but also Rick Ross and a few other people. Then you had the song with, and then you had Taylor Made Soon, which obviously, Tupac's estate said, nah, you need to take that down. You can't use Tupac's likeness and voice to do what you're doing. You can't do it. You know what I mean? So otherwise, we'll sue you, basically. And they are well within their rights because Tupac is not alive physically to be able to, you know what I mean? And even if he was physically alive, I don't think he'll be having that. He will not. He would immediately be like, you know what, Kendrick, let me tap in, and you know what I mean? Let me tap in and let me destroy this guy. Do you get me? Anyway. Where was I? These actions are not only spread further. Okay, we read that. So, predictably, millions of people who listened to a recording or saw the image. Oh, yeah, by the way, I meant to say, because of how it's like, everyone reacted in chronological order. So much to the point, yeah, where I was behind for a couple of weeks, bruv. On my other channel, I was behind, bruv. So that just shows you that from the start that no, people were reacting because people wanted to listen to it, and they knew and they felt they wanted to be part of history. Like, we're witnessing history. What would have it been like to see to react to literally Nas versus Jay-Z? What would it have been like to react to Tupac versus Biggie? What would it have been like for Ice-T versus LL Cool J, or LL Cool J versus Cannabis? Do you see what I'm trying to say? Like, yeah, it's cool for others from the other generation to say they were there during that time, but to be able, and even if you think about it, the bridge is over. Imagine if wait. Imagine if MC Shan went on to, sue or put a lawsuit against KRS-One. And they're still beefing to this day. No, I'm joking. They're not really as beefing as much, but you know what I mean? They're still, you know what I mean? That was to the point where KRS-One really had Queen's literally an emotion. You have to get the money. Queens get the money. Yeah, I mean, because the Bronx, this is ours. South Bronx, South Bronx. You know what I mean? The bridge is over. The bridge is over. Put it bye bye. I listen. If you want me to react to, in fact, all the rap battles that exist, that the biggest ones, leave it as a comment below. I will get to that. I will do that because obviously you had Roxanne Shante versus everyone. Imagine everyone tried to sue her or put a lawsuit saying that defamatory stuff. Like she's defaming my name, this, that, and the third. Imagine. Anyway, I'm just saying. But anyway. So where was I? So I'm 5 minutes over. Predictably, millions of people listened to the recording of and saw the image and video, believed the defamatory material to be true. No one really believed it though. Let's be real. I mean, yeah, we could speculate, be like, we've seen this video, we've seen this, so it must be true. But no one really saying it's true. And no one really believed, and that was the other thing. There was the debate of stop saying this and stop saying that. Just, do you know what I mean? Like, show evidence. If you're going to make these claims, show evidence. That was the thing that was being said. Like, I actually remember. No, wait. I genuinely remember. I genuinely remember that was a thing. And that was what got me to the point where, it's time for, you know what I mean, to sue each other if that's the case then. Well, I was literally joking, by the way, because this is hip hop. You know what I mean? We don't, you know what I mean? We don't care about that. Like, obviously, you know, we do care. These allegations are a big thing and a real thing. Don't get that twisted. But, like, I don't think that, again, like I said, Kendrick didn't outwardly say this about Drake. He didn't say that. But he did say, Drake, on the other hand, did say, like, blatantly about making accusations about Day 3 and do you know what I mean? And Kendrick's wife and kids, and he said that blatantly, and that's defamatory. He even used a childhood car that Kendrick had, and basically destroyed it. Do you see what I'm saying? Is it not like, anyway? He's just being a hypocrite, basically, or his attorney is. Like, I don't know what convinced him to think he can actually, he's got a case here. The more I read, the more I'm like, he doesn't have a case here. And I'm not a lawyer, by the way. I don't study law. I'm just going with pure logic right now, because it's like, what is the actual crime? That's what we got to figure out. What is the crime? Like, what? Because he keeps saying defamatory. Okay, so the crime should really be against, you should really be suing Kendrick Lamar, not UMG. Like, what do you want from UMG? That's what it really boils down to. What do you want from UMG? You want monetary compensation, basically. You want out of your contract so you can just fade away in the background and do whatever you're doing. That's basically what he wants, from what I'm gathering. But listen, I'm 8 minutes over. Anyway, let's get back into it. So Drake, which he stated, okay, so basically, UMG previously published Lamar's song Euphoria. Now we're getting into the song Euphoria, okay, which was also understood to be targeted at Drake. It was targeted at Drake. That's a fact. And which stated, "Don't tell no lie about me, and I won't tell truth about you." A voluminous public commentary confirmed that every listener or viewer has understood that defamatory material to reflect the truth rather than a hyperbole. In other words, of one commentator, everybody believes that Drake lost. I'm not even going to read that. Touching children, basically. God forbid. So yeah, we're going to get into page 7 tomorrow, but I don't know what to say, man. The fact that you mentioned Euphoria, I'm glad I read this, because no disrespect to Miss Cristal Delgado, like she didn't go into this properly like this, the way that I'm going into it. You know what I mean? Like now it's making me understand clearly what the issue is. And so far, I've come to the conclusion, we ain't done yet, obviously, but I've come to the conclusion that it has everything to do with Drake wanting compensation for his loss. Literally. That's all it is. And he wants out of his contract. That's all it is. Because he feels like UMG violated the terms and conditions. So, but he participated in the beef. He participated. So you can't now try and change the rules. You know what I mean? Like if he didn't want Drake, if Drake didn't want Kendrick to go against him, then he shouldn't have participated. But it's a rap, literally. For his career, it's literally a rap. It's a rap. I don't think you understand. It's a rap, and I feel like that's what he wanted. It's a rap. But anyway, listen, I'm gonna get head up out of here. More reactions to part 7 tomorrow, so make sure you stay tuned because I don't think no one else is breaking down this lawsuit the way that I'm breaking it down. You can leave an answer comments below if you believe there's someone else that's doing it bigger and better than me. That's fine, because I'm always willing to learn. But I really wanted a music attorney to break it down to really understand. But you know what I mean? I'm understanding things to my own accord. And like I said, he mentioned Euphoria. You know what I mean? What he didn't mention was, you know what I mean? Like, anyway. Well, that's what I'm saying. So far, he hasn't mentioned his own songs. You know what I mean? He hasn't mentioned the timeline of when this beef actually started. The timeline. But he may do. You know what I mean? He may do. Because if it actually does generally go to the courts, you can file a lawsuit if you want, but it may not go to the courts. And I'm going to find out more about defamation lawsuits and how they work, so we can really understand this. Do you understand? Because the reality is, anyone can file a defamation lawsuit against you. But so you got to understand how that law works in your country. I feel it's important to understand how certain laws work in your country and on what you do and all that stuff there. Because listen, in this life, knowledge is power. In the words of Akala, knowledge is power. So read. Get me anyway. Like, subscribe, leave a comment in the comments below. Keep sharing. But yeah. Enjoy the rest of your evening and enjoy the rest of your new year.